Hi Pisces, what's good? This is your reading, your chakra focus reading. I'm going to pull you some angel numbers first, and then we're going to tap in with the chakra oracle cards and the tarot. Let's find out what chakras are in need of TLC at this time. Alright, this is the Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Let's get you 3 angel numbers first, 2 or 3. All right, Pisces, you have 2323, endless cycles, and you also have 5555, as well as 2020. So let's start with the 2323, which cancels down to a 5, and then you have all these 5s as well. So some form of clarity is at play right now. So it says charisma, communication, society, movement, journey, repetitive circumstances and patterns. There's some truth you're resistant to accept over and over again until you're tired and restrained beyond depression. It takes a decision to live life for yourself. Life is all about passion. Then you make a change and the world around you follows. So this is something that you've been doing continuously throughout your life, I feel. And whatever this thing is, it's causing depression and also making you feel restrained, like you can't expand. So this is a pattern that you're stuck in and you're being guided to make changes in order for you to come out of this rut or whatever this restraint is. There's some resistance. You're refusing to accept something, and so the same cycle happens over and over again. It's like you're not getting the lesson in the cycle. All right, so we have 2020, compassion, mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, adaptability and renewal. It is a confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct, but it's also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. All right, so what I'm getting is you are being distracted, I feel, away from your calling, from your purpose. And this is something that keeps happening. You keep allowing a certain thing, person, place or thing to take focus in your life, which then moves you away from your calling, your purpose. I feel though that the lesson has now been learned with 9999, bottom of the deck, lesson learned, because you now seek the clarity. You're seeing clarity in the situation, 5555, and I feel now you are protecting yourself, 444, from whatever this repetitive cycle is. So I feel as though you've put your boundaries in place, protecting yourself, because you now have clarity on this situation, whatever this is for you. It says you aren't a victim of circumstances, rather you are the beneficiary of it. If that weren't the case, life would be pretty dull. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. So if you're willing to adapt to these changes that you know you need to make, you will be the beneficiary of the cycle. If not, you will feel like a victim because you're not getting the lessons in the cycle. These cycles aren't meant to, I heard destroy. Wow, you feel destroyed. These cycles aren't meant to destroy you or to, put you in a low vibration. These cycles are merely for lessons to be learned in order for you to move forward and expand. And because the lessons haven't been learned, I feel up to now, there hasn't been any expansion. So bottom of the deck, lessons learned. So it's looking like you're gaining the clarity that you're needing to close out these cycles once and for all, these endless cycles, and then move forward. It says everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything will work out perfectly in the end. And then you have protection, 444. This is about change, rebellion, guidance, justice, truth, character and love. Get ready for the good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling. Put your energy into going towards your ambitions, and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances and resources to make things happen. So I feel, Pisces, it's like you become a blockage in your own life because you keep putting things that are not of priority as your priority, and the things that need to be prioritized, I feel you're putting them like in the background, which is your calling, your purpose. But as the overall energy states, 9999, this lesson has now been learnt, and it's looking like there is now good times ahead, because you're now finding the willpower to close out these cycles and move forward. So let's get you your chakra oracle cards. Hit that like, follow, subscribe for me, depending on where you're watching me. Much appreciated. Welcome to any new followers and subscribers as well. Welcome to the family. All right, so Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What chakras are you needing to focus on at this time? Flip the roles as well. This may be for cross watchers, so flip the roles if needed. Excuse me. So the first card is linked to your root chakra, and it's physical health. This is about your vitality, your strength, your body image and your balance, maintaining balance. And there's another 5. You've got a lot of 5s on this table, which is all about making changes and choosing better options for yourself, choosing better for yourself. And as a result of your choice, things will change. So choices and changes, as well as clarity. All right, let's get one more for you, Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. We have possessions. All right, so both of your cards are linked to the root chakra. Bottom of the deck, you have faith, hope, support, miracles and spirituality. Okay, so I feel as though it was a relationship that distracted you. Intimacy, freedom, acceptance and trust. I feel there was a relationship that distracted you and pulled you away from your calling and from your purpose. But now let's talk about this root chakra. So card number 5 and card number 7. Physical health, vitality, strength, body image and balance, as well as possessions, belongings, finances, assets and treasures. So you're working on your root chakra, or you're being guided to focus on your root chakra at this time. And this is linked to your physical health, your security, how secure you feel in the world, like, you know, your grounded energy, security, long-term security. In other words, your possessions, your finances, feeling a sense of safety and security in the world because you have a connection with the earth element, and the earth element is the pentacles. It's money, it's energy, it's time, resources. So this is your focus right now. Your physical health, perhaps there's some changes going on in regards to your physical health, but there's also some issues in regards to your finances and your belongings long term. Lesson has been learnt though from the angel numbers, and you're protected because you now have received some form of clarity about this endless cycle. So whatever this cycle is affecting your physical health and your finances. So let's tap in. Let's find out what this thing is, this person, place or thing is that is affecting your root chakra. Again, flip the roles if needed, and maybe talking to a cross watcher that may have been dealing with a Pisces. All right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Okay. First card out, we have deception, sneaky energy, someone being deceitful, and as a result, they're in the energy of heartbreak, 3 of Swords. Lovely start. Okay, tell me more, please, Spirit. have the Sun. So this may be involving a Leo. So we have some trickery, some deception, heartache. Or this could even involve 3 people, third-party situations involved. And as I say, third-party situations, we have the Knight of Wands. That's my promiscuous card, my F-boy, my community F-boy. We have Knight of Wands. That could also be impulsive energy. Again, I'm picking up promiscuity. And remember, with the channeled message from the angel numbers, that this was a cycle, an endless cycle of putting relationships or some form of relationship dynamic. This could just be intimacy, or, you know, sex, putting that in front of your purpose, your calling. So we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Ace of Coins and the 3 of Coins. An opportunity here of a new beginning and to collaborate with someone. Queen of Pentacles, this could be someone that's good in business. My nose is itching, which means my guides are very active in this reading. Queen of Pentacles, someone that's good with finances. Not only that, they're very nurturing, secure, stable. Everything that is linked to the root chakra, that's what you're working on. So Knight of Coins, Knight of Cups. What I feel is you're trying to build up your finances or build up some form of security so you can then present an offer to this Queen of Pentacles. But now we have Tower, divine intervention. What's going on, Pisces? What's going on? We have controlled chaos. This is divine intervention. This is where things got out of hand and now the divine's hand steps in to rebalance and realign the situation. Page of Cups and Judgment. So we now have the water sign. This could be you, Pisces, coming out as a page though, which is very young, immature energy. Not sure what this is. And then you're under judgment, or you're making a judgment call about a third-party situation. So these 3 swords, there may be 3 females involved in this situation. There's 3 feminine energies here. Someone's been a very promiscuous person, promiscuous boy, man, and has been trying to entertain multiple parties. And as a result, people are left heartbroken. So this is where the Tower had to come in, divine intervention. So this Page of Cups, someone that was very immature in regards to matters of the heart, out here breaking hearts basically, and now a Tower is at play, which is divine judgment. So the Most High is called judgment on the situation. This is where this protection must come into play with the 444. Tell me more, please, Spirit. What's this judgment? What I'm picking up now is that this feminine energy, this Queen of Pentacles, has had a new opportunity in regards to some form of business and collaborations. But I feel that this was delayed. Knight of Pentacles, that's the slowest energy in the tarot. This was delayed due to a water sign. Could be you, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Flip the roles if needed. And because of that, because you've interfered in this person's, in this feminine energy's calling, or, you know, purpose, work, you're now under heavy judgment by the divine or the cross watcher. So moving forward, what's this judgment? Magician. Someone's been doing spell work to delay or slow down a feminine energy from moving forward in their career. Yeah. As a result of this spell work, it's looked like there was a missed opportunity with the 4 of Cups. 9 of Wands. So you or someone has been burdening, projecting heavy burdens onto this feminine energy to prevent her from moving forward in her career, from advancing in her career. There's been some form of energy work or manipulation, energy manipulation, to cause a burden, and as a result an opportunity here has been missed. Four of Cups. Or this person is aware of what you've been doing, and this is the reason why they're not interested in you. Confirmation. And they've decided to walk away. Eight of Cups. Six of Wands. So this feminine's walked away, but they've walked away to their own success and their own victory. All right, tell me more, please, Spirit. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yeah. Pisces, I feel, well, I could be speaking to you. Don't shoot the messenger. I could be speaking to a cross-watcher. But because of this projected evil eye and slander, so that was the energy work. That was the energy manipulation, using nasty words, casting negativity over a person's life, evil eyeing a person. Five of Swords. So this evil eye and this slander and, you know, talking badly about this person, about this feminine energy who seems to be winning and in her own lane, has left you in a tower. Not only a tower, has left you with 3 swords in your heart. You've broken your own heart because of this deception that you've been doing behind the scenes, because this person's not interested in you. King of Wands, wanting to control this feminine energy, stalking this energy. Page of Swords, stalking the feminine energy, causing issues in her career, trying to affect her confidence because she's the Queen of Wands. This is a fire sign. So we've got the Sun earlier, so this is a Leo. Queen of Wands and the Sun. So this has been projected towards this Queen of Wands, the Sun, and this may be from you, Pisces, unfortunately, or, you know, flip the roles if needed, cross watchers. So this person is stalking, or you're stalking this fire sign who is in her own lane, focusing on her bag, focusing on, you know, her own life, and this is what you're needing to do. This situation. So is it you're heavily focused on this feminine's finances, possessions, and this is causing that much stress, it's affecting your physical health. Yeah, you're now sick due to all the projections, all the spell works backfiring. So these projections to try and bind or steal this feminine's belongings, possessions, is now causing illness in you. Energy doesn't die, remember. It just, you know, what goes around comes around. There's that little thing called karma. So all the energy you've been putting out, all this hatred and evil eye and slander and speaking lack over a person's life, has returned or is returning to the sender. Tell me more, please, Spirit. Let me know in the comments, Pisces. Let me know in the comments what this situation is. Are you the crosswatcher? Am I talking to a crosswatcher? Or is this you? Let me know. And we have, yes, we have the truth. Ace of Swords, Seven of Wands. So this energy here, this feminine energy has put her boundaries in place. 7 Wands. And she's also, you know, 10 toes down. She's still going, protecting her peace, speaking her truth, moving forward with her investments. So you, Pisces, or flip the roles again, the cross-watcher, has tried to affect this feminine from moving forward with her investments. And as a result, karma is at play. And this is now resulting in some form of illness, sickness, or lack of energy, something like that, because this feminine is heavily protected. 444. And they are still moving forward with the Chariot card. They or you are moving forward with the Chariot card. Queen of Cups, this person is very caring, nurturing, could even be a psychic, very intuitive, emotionally intelligent. So you picked the wrong one to play with, basically. Devil energy. Are you obsessed with this person, Pisces, or flip the roles? This person is obsessed with this feminine energy. Moving forward, what's the advice and the outcome for Pisces? Queen of Pentacles. So this is someone that you perhaps share children with. King of Pentacles. Long-term security. Practical and grounded. The Hanged Man. That's your energy there, Pisces. Looking at things from a different perspective now. 8 of Wands. So you're now looking at things from a different perspective, and you're wanting to move forward or have some form of communication with this feminine energy now. We have the Hermit. So I feel as though you've gone within. You've had some introspection. You've seen the light, so to speak, and it's looking like you've changed your perception on the whole dynamics, on the whole situation. You've now received clarity, and as a result, you're now feeling some form of compassion. Ten of Swords for a betrayal. So this was a major betrayal. 10 swords in the back. Yeah, so this feminine was betrayed, and as a result, they get to move forward in long-term security as a King of Pentacles because they're heavily protected. We have the Temperance card here, which is representing the angels, benevolent beings, protecting this feminine energy. Let's get an outcome for you, Pisces. 7 of Cups. Delusion, illusions. You need to be careful with energy manipulation because it's not nothing to play with. And I feel from this reading, what I'm picking up is there's been a lot of spell work done for someone's finances. Remember, the first card out was the 7 of Swords, which is trickery, deception, sneaky behavior. Not only that, we have the 5 of Swords, which is envy, evil eye, jealousy. So you've been evil eyeing and jealous of this feminine's energy. Here we are. Deception was the first card out. And I feel as though the envy is over this person's abilities. The Queen of Cups came out, which represents someone's psychic, someone's very intuitive, someone can feel energy and is very discerning, very intuitive, so she can navigate their way through situations, you know, to secure the best outcome for themselves. And I feel this is what you're jealous of, or the cross watcher, and you've tried to be sneaky and deceptive, or the cross watcher, to try and steal this person's belongings, this person's abundance, possessions. And as a result, not realizing that feminine energy is highly favored and highly protected with 444, as well as the Temperance card. I feel this spell work is now returning and it's affecting your mental health. Perhaps you try to cast illusions over this feminine's mind, and universal law states what goes around comes back around. So unfortunately, it's looking like this illusions and this delusion and confusion is returning to you or the cross watcher, and it's affecting your health. Bottom of the deck, and this is where you would need to put yourself or pour yourself in the energy of the divine with faith. Throw yourself into your faith, your beliefs, to heal. This card speaks of hope, support, miracles, and spirituality. So whoever I'm speaking to, you're needing to throw yourself in hermit energy and throw yourself in the energy of spirituality, in your higher self, in divinity, in the divine, to awaken, you know, your higher self, to heal and to bring hope back into your life, because this here is a mess. There's a lot of energy manipulation here. Let's get an outcome card for you, Pisces. Card of advice. We have the Nine of Cups and we have the Lovers. So you had a choice. I feel you had a choice between this feminine energy that you've been obsessing over and somebody else. And I feel the other person stroked your ego with the Nine of Cups. You were... I'm picking up you were overindulging with this other third party. So I'm even picking up alcohol with this Nine of Cups. Overindulging in low vibrational substances, and you chose the low vibrational path, while envying and evil-eyeing the high vibrational feminine that you didn't choose. So, you know, it's your own choices. And as I said at the very beginning of the reading, the fives, it's all about choices and making changes, changing the things that you choose, because this is something that you've been doing over and over and over and over again. This is an endless cycle that you've been battling, but it's looking like the lesson has been learnt now, and you're able to free yourself from this karmic loop that you've been in. And now you'll be able to heal. Moving forward, you'll be able to heal, Pisces, or the cross watcher. If you'd like to book a personal reading, feel free to do so, just to get some more clarity on the situation. You can book via the website naturalmiracles.co.uk, or you can just drop me a DM or an email. The details are in the description box or the bio, depending on where you're watching this video. Let's get one more card for you, Pisces. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Long-term security, stability, your calling, your purpose. So your purpose is calling you. So rather than entertaining these low vibrational energies, it's time to step into your purpose, into your calling, close out these cycles once and for all, lessons been learnt, and to move forward and away from anything or anyone that pulls you into their chaos and into their drama. That's the message. All right, Pisces, all the best with this situation. Remember, call on your guides, on your ancestors, on the Most High to support you with this. And obviously, you need to take consideration about your physical health, your health, and how, you know, this dynamic can affect your physical health. And health is wealth. There's nothing more important than health. Health is more important than these possessions. So, you know, prioritize your health over anything. Yeah, and let me know in the comments if this resonates. All right, Pisces, you take care. All the best.